up we have 4 calling birds. Now, I always wondered what a calling bird was in the song, and I'll have to look that up later. But for the Christian definitions of things, these represent the 4 Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These are the only parts of Scripture where we have Jesus alive and Jesus speaking. The Old Testament is, of course, before Jesus is born, and then the epistles, after that, after the 4 Gospels, are all other people, like Paul writing letters, or Peter writing letters, or Timothy, or John writing letters, or the Revelation. But the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all have Jesus in them, and they tell us the story of Jesus' life. They tell us the story of Jesus' ministry. They tell us the story of his death and resurrection and his ascension into heaven. And so each gospel's a little different. They all have their own slant to things. They all have their own audience that they wrote to, and their own way of writing, just like every pastor would have their own way of preaching. So they're all interesting. They're all important to take a look at. But Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the 4 Gospels, and they represent the 4 calling birds.